So how's it going, my no-fap and semen retention brothers? Hope everybody's doing well. You guys are still retaining. You guys are still trying to become the best versions of yourselves. Staying productive each day, man. Alright, so today's video, I'm going to tell you guys some truth about having nocturnal emissions. Or you guys may know it better as wet dreams. Now these, one thing, they're natural, okay? And they're normal. And these will happen to you during semen retention and no-fap, whichever journey you're on, okay? And it's probably going to happen to you for the rest of your life. You can't really cut it out directly from your life, okay? It's literally trying to cut out something normal, like let's say you're a mouth breather or something like that, and you sleep with your mouth open and there's saliva that comes out of your mouth time to time and it just goes all over your face. That you can control it, but it won't stop. Like, I don't know if that was a good example, but that was the first thing that just came to my head right now. But see, my point is that you can't really just stop having wet dreams. If somebody actually claims that they have stopped having wet dreams for good, I can guarantee you that in a few years or even in a few months, they will have another one and they have no control over it. That's it. And that's why I don't see this thing ever as a relapse, guys. I don't care if you guys have erotic dreams or you don't have erotic dreams. And if you just ejaculate during your sleep, that's fine. That's a normal thing. You're not touching yourself. You're not forcing yourself to think erotic thoughts. They just happen to happen at that time, and your body will release the sperm, okay? And one misconception a lot of people have, a lot of men have, is that you end up wasting sperm this way. Like, you're like, I've been on no-fap or semen retention for such a long time, never ejaculating, and now all of a sudden this happens. That means, you know, my sperm just got wasted, and for no reason. First of all, it's removal of your old sperm. That's what's happening. That's the main thing. Now, other ways sperm is actually excreted through the body is most of the time through urine. Okay, that's the most common way, aside from having nocturnal emissions. And your dream can sometimes be porn related, but it doesn't always have to be like that, okay? So it can be some kind of fantasy that you've always had too. It can be just a normal ass dream where something that has nothing to do with sex is happening. I had a wet dream where, I mean, I don't know if I should call it a wet dream. I mean, I did ejaculate, whatever you would call it that, right? But my dream was about playing basketball. I was playing basketball with, I don't know who, because I don't really have friends like that. It's pretty much a lone wolf, but I was just playing basketball, and then next thing you know, I wake up and I'm like, okay, this happened. But that's the thing, I didn't blame myself for that, okay? Because the only reason and only way I see this as a relapse is if beforehand, like the day before or within that week or even within that month, you looked at some kind of pornography, you over fantasized about a female and about what you want to do to her, then that is you relapsing, because you're just bringing your brain right back to, you know, it's like addicted to that, so, you know, just get a little dose of it. That's what's happening, and that is eventually a relapse. Now, things that may actually help this out, one thing that I've noticed that I don't see a lot of guys, I mean, I'm glad I don't see a lot of guys doing, that's a weird way to put it, but that I feel a lot of guys don't do is cold showers. Cold showers are actually very important when it comes to that, okay? Many people do take cold showers, other people don't really think it's that important. But the reason men usually say cold showers on no-fap and semen retention is because, aside from, you know, good skin and, you know, good hair, whatever, it will also help you stay alert, and it will help prevent urges. So if you get any kind of crazy urge during the day, or you notice that you get urges time and time, start taking cold showers. Once your body starts adapting to that, it's like never gonna want to actually ejaculate. It's just gonna want to keep everything in because, you know, you're so cold. Another thing, try sleeping on your side, guys. This is not proven in any way at all, but you know, many people say that sleeping on your stomach actually makes wet dreams more possible, like it makes it happen. But there's really not studies out there like that that say sleeping on your stomach will make you have a wet dream, or studies that say sleeping on your side will make you not have a wet dream, or sleeping on your back, because most of the wet dreams that have occurred in my life have happened when I was laying on my back. I know it's weird, right? But yeah, that's just how it is. But it may help you guys if you guys always tend to sleep on your stomach. Or sleeping on any side rather. Try changing positions. Honestly, I suggest nobody lying on their stomach because it's very bad for your lower back, especially. You're going to start feeling back pain during the day. So just try not to do that, but you know, try to just change your sleep position some way. And another way to reduce wet dreams is by having more sex. Having more sex and fapping. But obviously, you know, we're not fapping. So just having more sex, it will help reduce a lot of wet dreams as well, because you're actually, the fantasy that's in your mind, it's actually happening in reality. Okay? Now, I know that you guys are not ejaculating while having sex, but don't worry, because that is not going to play a huge role in you getting a lot more wet dreams. Okay, I know you guys may think that that's how it plays out because, you know, you're not releasing and you eventually want to, but you're just holding it in. But dry orgasms are very possible. I'll talk about that in a different video. I did talk about that a very long time ago, but I'll make another video about that, researching more. And honestly, guys, there's no real way to prevent a wet dream. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Okay? There's no kind of pill that you guys can take. There's no kind of nightly routine that you guys can have that's just going to prevent you from having wet dreams. Okay? The main thing you guys really just should stop doing is over fantasizing about things, especially when you see a hot female. Because I mean, I know what the first thing that comes to every guy's mind when he sees a hot female. All right, how's she gonna look in bed, or how's it gonna feel in bed? That's what most guys think about. But when we start getting into that, when we start feeding that thought, that is when we fall into the trap. Okay, that is when we end up going to bed thinking about that, and then we end up, you know, at that time we actually have time for our brains to make an entire freaking scenario and everything, you know, all your fantasies that you've watched in pornography, all of that starts coming to your brain. I know this because your brain just starts running wild whenever a lot of people try to sleep. It happens. So because of that, you guys will end up more than likely having another wet dream. But don't worry, guys, as long as you're not over fantasizing about it, as long as you're not watching any pornography, and you just and you just ejaculate, that is not a relapse. Okay, unless you've watched some kind of pornography, unless you've intentionally watched some sex scenes in some movies, because you know almost every single movie, even kid movies nowadays, for some reason have some kind of sexual intimacy going on. So if you like intentionally seen that, then yeah, that obviously does count as a relapse because you know that you're making a mistake. But if it just comes on the screen, then it's not that big a deal. Okay, don't make this super freaking strict and complicated. Okay, it doesn't matter if you see a sex scene in a movie. Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, same way having these wet dreams is not a big deal, and it's something that will happen to you. If you're a normal human male, you will get wet dreams. But it is also true that you may never get wet dreams. This actually happens. It always happens on the extremes. Some people either get wet dreams frequently, probably up to 2 to 3 times a week. Some people might like never experience it and they don't even know what the heck a wet dream is. And some people, they just land in the middle. Majority of the people do. But yeah, guys, it's not that big a deal. Okay, you get these are normal, and these will happen throughout the rest of your life. Simple. All right, don't think of it as something that's terrible. Don't feel extremely guilty about it. Okay, don't feel like you lost all your progress on nofap or semen retention, because you did not. You pretty much did not lose anything. You didn't even lose your sperm count, for that matter. Okay, it's literally your older sperm has to get out some way or another. Okay, so either that would happen through urine, or it's gonna happen by ejaculation, and aka wet dreams. Okay, all right guys, yeah, that's literally all the truth there is about wet dreams. Okay, so don't overcomplicate it. It will happen and they're normal. Don't over fantasize about a female. Obviously don't watch any kind of pornography. If you see a sex scene in a movie that's unintentionally, that's fine, and just move on. Your streak is not lost. Nothing bad is happening. Okay, in fact, if it does happen, you're completely normal. If it never happens, you are still completely normal. Okay, just, I don't want guys to go crazy on this journey, overcomplicate everything. Wet dreams are natural. They will happen, and you just let it happen. Okay, you move on with your life. Simple. All right guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button down below. If you guys have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Highly appreciate it for those who have already subscribed. And if you guys want, you guys can support me on Patreon. I have articles for you guys on that. You guys could check out my Snapchat if you guys want to. Honestly, I might be leaving Snapchat very soon because I really see no use of it. I mean, I may have gotten some recognition here and there because of it, but I mean, I really don't do anything on that. And if you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions about future videos, or any topics related to nofap, semen retention, love attraction, female attraction, wet dreams, you know, pineal gland, whatever it is, you guys could email me. Remember guys, $5 per question, $10 for 1 hour call, $5 also for a voice note. All right guys, let's Baron Heroes, man.